see if I can find you. I'm rolling early while you're getting your coffee. We're on. We were just talking about Breaking Bad. Yeah, he's through season 3. Now he's jonesing for season 4.
Oh,
and you know what I hate about
God.
this is that Netflix is having this humongous falling out. Now come to find out Netflix is in negotiations with the cable companies to become an add-on to cable companies and really not be available to me or you anymore.
Oh, guess what? I'm dropping Netflix then.
If that happens, well, I think they're going to drop you if that happens.
That's cool with me. I don't care. Let my money do the talking.
But what happens is the Sons of Anarchy, it was the same way. You get to a certain point where the new stuff starts and you can't watch it.
Dexter.
You got to go somewhere else and watch it. And see, there's another thing that pisses me off. I want to watch Dexter and the Showtime shows. And like on HBO, you know, I got HBO Go and Cinemax, which I'm on DirecTV, which I can go for free and go watch that stuff. They're not doing a deal with Showtime. Showtime's with all these other cable companies, but they're not doing it with DirecTV, so I can't go watch this stuff. So now Amazon gets their hooks into you for like $2.99 an episode. An episode.
No, it's only, that's $36 basically because it's 12 episodes.
Well, you get a discount if you buy the whole season up front.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get a discount, but
still, I mean, you know.
You know, here, Amazon, here's a thought. Why don't you put it on a monthly membership thing like Netflix and Hulu Plus does?
I'd be more than happy to pay it.
I would too.
You know,
I'd do a third thing right now.
I've given up cable TV. I haven't had cable TV in over a year now.
And for me, because we've been just so tied up here, my DVR's even ineffective. I can't go home and watch it very much.
Right.
So I'll pay that extra monthly fee to have the convenience to put it on here while I'm doing some work.
Right. Well,
I'm not doing some work.
Well, my thing is, you know, Netflix and Hulu Plus. It's worth it for me to pay for those because I get
still cheaper than cable.
It's still cheaper than cable. So you know, and I really get more of what I want. And not to mention, if you're in the Valley, you go through the IWV boosters, and then you get the local stations out of LA. So
I got to get you that antenna.
I still need one of those. But I'm not totally upset about it until next football season because that's when I really need to watch.
B, I think maybe when you do your thing, I can get it to you then. You can set it up there.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
No
Talk
sense
more about that later on.
Right.
Yeah. I'm keeping that under the...
That's fine. That's why I said it like I said it. In the news, I don't know what's going on. We were talking about the Facebook thing. I think it's your responsibility when you get on Facebook, before you bitch about somebody seeing something they shouldn't see or anything like, and if you need help, it's there. You can even talk to other people. There are forums. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but you're right. For some people, it's not. So for your privacy settings, to make sure, I've got all these tiers of friends on my Facebook page. I just leave it open. Actually, mine's open for everybody because it's really kind of an extension of the show. I just don't put anything up there that I wouldn't want you to see. You know, anybody can be my friend on Facebook.
Well, if I put something out there that I want one of my friends on Facebook to see, I'll just go ahead and send them a message.
Right,
you know, so that it's not posted up on
You
the
basically
wall.
have email and Facebook with these messages you can send to somebody. Plus,
and then nobody
chat.
else sees it. So
if you need to grab somebody in a hurry, I don't do the chat thing because every time I go online, I get bombarded.
Oh, yeah. I stay offline on mine all the time.
Yeah, I do too. Nothing personal, but one day, the last time I did it, I was on it for like 2 hours talking to different people, which was cool, but I couldn't.
More often than not, when I'm sitting next to my computer, I'm working, and so I keep Facebook open to see things that are popping up, but I don't have time to chat most of the time. So,
but I highly recommend doing this. You know, Hulu Plus, they have deal with some of the networks, so you can watch the shows the very next day.
And Hulu's great, just the free version for older shows, but Hulu Plus is awesome.
I'm worried about Netflix, though, because they're doing some more wheeling and dealing. But anyway, like Sons of Anarchy, I had to go to an alternate source to get the last season of it. Same thing with Breaking Bad. You watch season 1, 2, and 3, and then they got you sucked in. And plus, you want to be current. You do always have the hope that you're going to, when the new season comes on, that you're going to be able to watch it.
Right.
You just always hope that. Doesn't usually work.
I still haven't seen Dexter season 5 yet. I haven't watched Dexter in almost a year now.
I'm all caught up on this one show. The beautiful thing about Breaking Bad and Sons for me was that I was able to watch a bunch of seasons at one time, so it became kind of like an obsession.
Right.
Just kept watching, like you're doing with Breaking Bad. Southland, I'm current with, so I'm seriously jonesing every week for the next episode to come on. I just watched this week's episode this morning. Wow, what a great show. And I learned something very cool about that show. Okay, John Wells is part of the production, and John Wells gave us ER.
Oh, okay.
And he said on ER, you know, it was fairly realistic looking. He said they always had a couple of doctors, a couple of nurses on the set. Southland,
I've been on
they
that
have
set.
10 to 15 cops on set all the time. You see cops as extras, like in the locker room and when they're getting their morning briefing and all that other stuff. Those are real LA cops. And when they're doing a shoot, the cops will say, oh, no, it doesn't happen like that. And they will correct them on the spot.
That's cool.
And every cop will talk to the actors and say, well, here's how I would handle it. And like the actor said, I may get 3 different things that they might have done, which, you know, I let it play into what I'm doing. He said the other thing is when they're on the set with them, getting motivated as an actor, he taps in. That's a different kind of energy that's not available normally.
I'm sure it is.
And he says he can get tapped into that and be a lot more cop-like.
That's true. I'm sure it is.
One day they were shooting, they also use gang members as gang members. And one day they were shooting at MacArthur Park, and that's one of the ways that some of those kids are trying to get out of the hood in LA. They're trying to become actors. So, whatever. Anyway, they were doing a bust, or they were doing not a bust, but they had stopped them. And the cop said, okay, well, here's what we do. We always make them do this. As the gang members go, no, sometimes you do this. And then sometimes, like, whoever's not holding will take off running. And then the ones that are holding, when you guys take off after them, then we take off and run. And the cops were like, oh, really? Is that how that works? And they ended up putting together a very realistic scene because of that. And they bridged a little gap there, and the cops and the gang guys started talking. They were like, well, you know, you shake us down sometimes and it's counterproductive to what it is you want. You should try this.
That's good knowledge right there.
So it's just a realistic show in how a cop takes, and I can't even imagine being a cop in LA.
My buddy Scott Williams, his dad is a retired cop from LA, and
it
was tough. He used to work the Hollywood beat down the street back in the day when it was really, really old Hollywood before it got renovated. Yeah.
Oh yeah, crackheads and whores.
He's got a lot of stories, man. He used to come home. I guess Scott told me he used to come home with his knuckles just bruised and swollen all the time after work because of, you know,
extracurricular activity.
Having to take
job stress.
Job stress, yeah, there you go.
But it is, they do shoot it right on the streets of Hollywood. They do very little studio work there. It's almost all shot on the streets of LA, and in bad neighborhoods too.
Yeah. Well, Sons of Anarchy tonight for me, so I'm at the end of.
Oh, so you're going to start Sons?
Sons of Anarchy starts.
Cool. Remember, 2 episodes. It takes Kurt 2 episodes to lay out the characters and for you to kind of buy into the whole thing.
Right on. Yeah,
it's a little slow for some shows, but let me tell you what. Once you get past that,
that's my weekend.
Right.
That's my weekend watching.
Oh,
by the way, Shutter Island. If you guys want to see a good movie,
I'm trying to watch that this weekend.
Leonardo DiCaprio is in it, but I know.
You know, we both don't like him, but he keeps making these good movies.
Well, he keeps on hooking up with a great director.
I have to say though, I just didn't finish Inception.
You didn't?
Maybe because I was watching it late and I was kind of sleepy. It was just too much thinking.
I'll tell you one other thing.
Oh, now we're at this time. Oh no, now we're at this time.
Yeah.
Are you asleep? Are you awake? What is it? Stop it.
I'm probably going to try watching one episode of it just to see if
that's that movie. The one Oscar.
Oh, yeah.
And they kept doing the dream thing, getting into each other's dreams and stuff.
Where he's talking to the psychologist and he doesn't know whether it's actually dreaming or not dreaming, and
Oh, I am going to watch that new NBC show today.
Which one?
The one we saw, the thing, you know.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Crap. You know, the cop's either asleep or awake. He doesn't know.
Yeah,
the one on NBC. What's it called? Awake. It's called Awake.
Awake, and it's basically the same kind of thing where
now, why is that okay with me and the other movie's not? I don't know.
Maybe you just couldn't follow the movie.
You know what else that dude's been on?
Huh?
Did you ever see The Patriot with Mel Gibson? Yeah, he was the bad guy on The Patriot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was the bad Brit.
That was a long time ago.
He was the bad Brit. That's who that guy was.
All right.
Ken pointed that out yesterday. I was like, oh yeah.
There's a lot of Brits out there that make for some very good regular American accents. I'll tell you that much.
All right. So this weekend, all you got to worry about is The Follies. Go see The Follies. I'm serious.
6 and 9:30? 6:30.
6:30. 6:30 and 9.
6:30 and 9. There you go. $20 for the first show, $25 for the second show.
Then next weekend, it just starts building back up again. And you know what I started doing? I recorded some new calendars today, new Coyote calendars.
Right.
And 26th or 27th of April, that Thursday, Flex Thursdays in the Park comes back.
Hey, very cool, man. That's always a fun time. It started off last year. It started off.
Yeah, it really took off too. And looking forward to it. And Peggy and the crew in the swap sheet do that. So.
And by the way, while we're at it, I just wanted to point out husband daycare or night care, babysitting.
Partners.
Okay? Yeah.
They got
ladies,
live rock tonight.
Ladies, drop your husbands off and
Elvis Goes
you go do your
Hoggin'.
thing. You know, that's a really good band. Elvis Goes Hoggin' is a really good band. They're tight.
I can't remember. There's 3 bands rocking out.
Very cool. So there's something to do on a Friday night, man. I might be there.
Robert De Niro.
I smell a rat.
Jack Nicholson. All right. And the weekend weather is going to be awesome, too.
Yeah.
So get outdoors and enjoy it.
Enjoy yourself, everybody.
This hat.
And we'll give you...
How do I find a hat that's too big for my head?
That's impossible, dude.
I know. I
Look
think
at
I
the size of that cranium.
I think I stretched it out. Everybody have a great weekend.
Yeah. We'll give you an update on what's going on with the station next week when we catch up with you on Monday, okay? All right.
We will see ya.